It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, the Buffalo offense ready to bring out their high-powered attack. And at the center of it all, of course, the rocket arm man in his 5th year out of Wyoming, Josh Allen.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. Well, he lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Now the 4th-year running back, this is Devin Singletary.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. When you're looking for those great mismatches, throw it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they let the throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Our game here in Detroit, a Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff going up top.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
I think this will win a ride very simply because he overestimated his arm arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A play fake for Swift, now Goff.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here's Goff. Deep ball for Goodwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. Allen going to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And here's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So here are the Lions to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one in 2nd down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk. Why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Goff. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. On the move past the 40. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy, and back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Brought down by Ed Oliver. The Lions at 9-1 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. James Mitchell with his first career NFL touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Allen.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 of the 26-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw. Flush to him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
On 1st down, Allen steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
To the air, Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 32 on the play. Now Allen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took it off too far at 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen again. Finding Knox there, complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right half, catch. This from 45 yards away.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So we're at halftime here.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Third quarter starts with a run from Swift.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Taron Johnson made the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now gone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Singletary will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense set to take over. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. The last run got a couple, here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards, holding pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Now Goff. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Gregory Rousseau, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Goff going to keep it himself.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Here's Swift.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
One more time with Swift.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd. Back now at Ford Field. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Allen.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. Incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now it's Swift. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Swift going to try up the middle.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now down 13-10, a minute 45 to play. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Into the hands of Singletary.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Allen. That's taken in by Knox.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now Allen.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Once again, it's Swift.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
They'll run with Swift.
And he's across for the touchdown. In the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the